What?
Stay inside the ball.
You want me to stay inside more?
That's what I said. Stay inside the ball.
How's this? Better?
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Now, is this you? You have a coach telling you to stay inside the ball, but you don't know what staying inside the ball means? You do it one way and they're like, okay, yeah, that's better, but you're not really sure what you did? Well, what is staying inside the baseball? A coach usually tells this to a player that's pulling a lot of pitches or is swinging really early on off-speed pitches. And the saying, stay inside the baseball, is very well known, yet it's not very well understood. So today I'm going to explain to you mechanically what staying inside the baseball is. And then I'm going to show you one of the best hitting drills, if not the best hitting drill, that you can do to start squaring the ball up every single time. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, the biggest problem most hitters have with staying inside the ball is patience, but I'll explain that a little bit further in a sec. The first thing that we're going to explain is that our hands are always going to be inside of the baseball. Now, to help me explain this a little bit, I'm going to break the ball up into the three sections, and it's going to be the inside, middle, and the outside. I'm sure you've seen this section dividing up before. A lot of coaches are saying keep your hands inside the ball, and this is correct, but it's not very well explained. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you very simply. If I give myself a very inside pitch, this is pretty inside, this is probably a ball compared to where I stand at the plate. If I swing at this ball and I try to get my hands as far outside of this ball as I possibly can, when I get around to contact, my hands are still going to be well inside the baseball. So that means our hands are always going to be inside the baseball. So that only leaves the bat and how we actually keep the bat inside of the baseball when we're hitting. Now, a very common teaching is to attempt to hit the inner half of the baseball. And there's a lot of tips out there like this where they say throw your hands inside the baseball, keep your entire body inside the baseball, keep the bat head inside the baseball. Now, to start really understanding how to stay inside the baseball, we have to get all of these thoughts and tips and drills out of our head to understand the mechanics. The problem is all these tips are feel oriented and they do you no good if you don't understand the fundamentals behind where they're coming from. Now, trying to hit the inside of the ball and light tips are all designed to get you to trick yourself into making contact properly. And there's nothing wrong with field drills to get you to think about doing one thing so to get you to do another. But like I said, we got to understand the fundamentals. Now, what is ideal contact? Well, it's very simple. If you ever heard someone say square up the ball, that would be ideal contact. And that's when we have a 90-degree angle between the bat and the angle that the ball is coming on. That would be absolutely perfect contact. So now that we know these tips are just designed to get you to trick yourself into squaring up the ball, the only problem with these tips is that what I think about when I'm trying to hit the inside of the baseball and what you think about when you're trying to hit the inside could be completely different, and that's where we get thrown off a lot, because this is where stuff starts working one day and then doesn't start working the next, because we don't really understand what's supposed to be happening. So you ask, okay, well, what are the mechanics? It all boils down to the timing of the release of bat lag. Now, if you haven't seen the bat lag video, you need to check that out. It's going to explain all about bat lag and what that is in the swing. But to stay inside the ball, it is 100% the timing of that release. So I'm going to explain how this works. Now, the most common thing that people do is get early bat lag release and hit around the ball. Like we talked about in the very beginning, we get a lot of pulls and we swing out in front of a lot of pitches. And this is what has to do with patience. Okay, we have to allow ourselves to create bat lag and release it and trust our hands to be fast enough to hit the ball. So let me explain this. I'm going to give myself a down the middle perfect pitch, and I'm going to get a lot of early bat lag release. Now this pitch is set up perfectly to make a perfect strike on the ball, and I'll show you how to set that up in a minute for the drill. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a lot of early bat lag release, and you can see that it results in a yanked ball where I make contact with the outside portion of the ball. Now, conversely, if I get very, very late bat lag release, I'm going to get the exact opposite effect. Just makes sense, right? If I release very early and I pull the ball, if I release very late, I'm going to get a strike to the right side. Now that we know that early bat lag release pulls the ball and late bat lag release pushes the ball, we can easily conclude that if we release the bat at the proper time, we're going to get a perfect strike. Now that wasn't quite perfect. I actually was a little bit late. You can see that ball traveled a little to the right. But now we can begin to understand what is happening with the bat and why we're pulling balls or why we're pushing balls. And it all has to do with the release timing of bat lag. Now I'm going to show you what I like to call the perfect bat lag release drill. Now I'm going to show you how to set this up really quick. Now I'm going to be coming out with a how to set up the tee video, which I'll post a link right here. But real quick, this is how it's done. We're going to take our arm and we're with our lead arm, and we're going to point the bat straight out in front of us, and we're going to bring our arm down in close to our side. Okay, so from the side it's going to look like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to get into our stance, not moving our arm, and we're going to line up the barrel of the bat with the baseball. Now, we want the barrel of the bat to be about 1.5 balls to 2 balls behind the baseball. And remember here, a little quick tip, make sure you keep your stance. I'll have some students take a step back when they get set. Make sure that when you get into this position, you keep your feet here and you get ready to hit. And make sure that the ball is going to be about thigh height. Now what this does, it sets up a pitch that's going to be set up perfectly down the middle based on your anatomy. And the way this drill is set up is for you. My arm reach and your arm reach from the side are going to be completely different, and when we get set up behind the ball and get into our stance, we're going to be in a little bit different positions. Now this drill is going to consist of 20 over-exaggerated swings and 50 as perfect as we can swings. Now the reason why we do over-exaggerated swings is so that we can feel the extremes of staying inside the ball and hitting around the ball to give you a median to shoot for perfect contact. So if we get perfectly in between, way outside the ball and way inside the ball, we're going to get a perfect strike. So how we're going to start this drill is every swing up until we start getting up the middle is going to be very easy swings, so we can get the feel of hitting outside and inside of the baseball. And this should be about maybe 30% swings, good round number. So they're going to be really nice and easy. So we're going to make sure we get in our perfect setup every time. And we're going to start with our pull side. So we're going to get really early bat lag release. And we're going to yank balls as best we can down the left field line. Really, I really want you guys to really over exaggerate. When we're on our pull side, pull it down your pull side line best you can, okay? So we're going to do 10 swings that way at about 30%. Get into our perfect setup, and once we get 10 that way, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to get really late bat lag release, and we're going to try to hit it down our opposite field line. Now, if you mess up a little bit and hit one up the middle, don't count it. We want 10 down the left field line, or very close, and right down the right field line, very close, so we can over exaggerate. Now we're going to take swings back through the middle of the cage, and we're going to do this as perfect as possible. We're going to pick a spot directly in front of our ball, and we're going to make sure we know we're dead center of the cages, and that's where we're going to grow our area from. So you can pick an area anywhere from head height down to a hard ground ball, and the smaller we make our area, the harder this drill is going to be, because you're only going to count your swing if you hit your area. So our first 15 swings, pick out our area, get in our perfect setup. Our first 15 swings are going to be at 50%, so we're not going full speed. Remember, you didn't sprint before you could walk, right? So we're going to go half speed, and we're going to try to hit our area. Good. Now I hit my area really nicely. I was slightly to the right, so now I have ultimate feedback. I know exactly why that went a little to the right. I released just a hair late. Now, remember, this is going to be really hard to get perfect. We're probably not going to get many of them perfect, but this is going to start zeroing you out to get your most perfect bat lag release timing. So now we're going to work into 75% swings for 15 swings. Now remember, we're only counting the swings that we hit our area. Oh, now that was about perfect. I hit that about exactly where my spot was at a 75%. So I'm going to do that 15 times, and now I'm going to work into what I like to call game speed. I don't like to tell guys 100% because you'll be swinging like I did in the very beginning of the video. That would be really 100%. We're going to swing a nice control with a nice speed, get nice release through the ball at game speed. So perfect setup, and we're going to try to hit our spot at game speed. Boom. Now, I hit that ball pretty darn well, but it was over the head, so I wouldn't count it. So, and that's how this drill is. So if you hit something like that, don't worry about it. That's pretty darn good. You get good backspin, but we're trying to perfect our strike on the ball, and we can do that on a tee that's moving at 0 miles an hour. So see how many swings it takes you to get to your 50 swings, and leave a comment below. Let me know how you did. And remember, the more you do this drill, the smaller that number is going to be, and the better you'll be at staying inside the baseball and getting square at contact. Hey guys, now stay tuned. I got a great bonus coming up for you. I'm going to play a clip out of one of the videos in our power hitting series, and if you click on the link in the description or in the link that pops up in the preview, it'll take you to a place where you can see the entire power hitting series absolutely free of charge. Check that out, guys. It's got a lot of great drills to help you pick up bat speed. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or requests for videos, leave them in the comment section below. I'll be sure to get to them right away. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Good luck with your swings, and I'll see you guys soon. Now, the best way to understand where our energy is going is this drill where we let go of the bat in our swing. Okay, well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rip open my shoulders like I would on an inside pitch, and we're just simply let go of the bat and throw the bat in the direction where our body's going. Now you can see I ripped my shoulders open and released the bat, and it went right down the third baseline, down to left field. Now, what we want to do, ideally, is we want to have this release to go up through the middle or maybe slightly right of second base. So what we do to do this is we keep our shoulders calm and we let our hands fly through the center of the field.